Okay, so this video I'm going to be talking to you about what veganism is, why did I decide to do it, and would I go back to not eating meat. So for those who don't know, veganism is different from vegetarian. Veganism means you do not consume any animal products. For example, your cheese, your milk, your eggs, and your seafood, and also your chicken and so on. Vegetarians are a bit different because they still eat those things. So they sound alike, but don't confuse them. I've been vegan going on 2 years. It's going to be 2 years in June, and I absolutely love it. I know that sounds a little bit funny, but I do. So I'm gonna explain a few of those things. So to start, we must understand that there are different types of vegan. This is something that I broke down myself, so this is not something you might find online. But I guarantee you, if you speak to some vegans, you will see that they fall into one of these categories that I'm about to give you. So 4 different types. You have the regular vegans, then you have the vegans, then you have alkaline vegan, and then you have raw vegan, right? 4 different types. Regular vegan these are people that pretty much just take out meat and the cheeses and milk from their diet. So they still eat a lot of carbs, they still eat a lot of processed food, they still eat a lot of junk food, right? And in return, they're still like overweight, or they're still not healthy, or they're still having issues losing weight. Those are regular vegans. Then you have the vegans. The vegans are pretty much people that know that those things are bad for you, like the food that's still processed, and then they stay away from a lot of those processed food, and they try to eat vegan stuff, but stay away from the processed stuff. Then you have the alkaline vegan. Alkaline vegan are the vegans that consume alkaline foods. Specifically, they probably follow a Dr. Sebi diet. If you don't know who Dr. Sebi is, I might get into that later on. And then you have the raw vegan. Now the raw vegan, they're like, I raise my hat to them, right? Pretty much they only eat raw food. Your fruits, your vegetables, and other things, and they eat it raw without cooking, right? So which one am I? I'm in between the alkaline vegan and the vegan. So I do eat alkaline food, but I cook my food. I love cooking food. So I don't think I want to be a raw vegan that's just eating raw food. I can't do that because I love cook food too much. So these are the 4 main types. So like I said, this is not something you're going to find online, but if you speak to people, you're going to see that they fall into one of those categories. So why did I decide to do it? Was it like a personal reason? Was it a challenge? Was it a health issue? It wasn't any of those. I just decided, well, it was personal reason. I just decided to do it. But the main, I'll give you 3 reasons. First one was, there's just too much stuff in food nowadays. There's too much poison in food nowadays. If you just spend some time, maybe not even that long, if you try to do a little bit of research, you will see that the meat industry has been linked to a lot of diseases. That's me summing it up for you. Feel free to do your own research. Number 2, I watched What the Health. It's a documentary. I'm sure some people have seen it. I'm sure some people have heard about it. But after watching it, I was like, yeah, I'm definitely done with meat. And then after that, I did research on my own. I listened to like interviews from even physicians. And a lot of them would tell you the issue and a lot of the diseases that you have nowadays is the diet. They might not point at meat, but they'll tell you that it's your diet. And then the third reason was, it's a preventive approach versus a reactive approach. The older you get, the harder it is for you to lose weight, the harder it is for your body to break down food, the harder it is for your body to digest. So if you kind of get a head start on changing your lifestyle now, you're not going to have a lot of issues that a lot of people have later on when they're a little bit older and it's just too hard for them. Like as a teenager, you can gain 5 pounds and lose it in a week if you want. You know, you get into your 20s, now you gotta run miles. You get into your 30s and you let 10 pounds get on you, you can start forgetting about it because those pounds are there to stay. So, you know, something like this, if you're doing vegan the right way, you don't have to worry about losing weight or trying to, because, you know, I lose weight without even trying now. And honestly, like sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't like it because I do want to be like a little bit bigger and I don't take the gym too seriously, but that's a whole nother topic. So those are my reasons. Now, would I go back to eating meat? Absolutely not. I don't even see myself doing it. Knowing all the things that I know now, it'll be crazy for me to go back to eating meat. And for those people that say, "Oh, well, what do you do for protein?" Like, next time you see a vegan, don't even ask them that, honestly, because it's probably annoying. Because the thing is, you get protein from so many different places. Like, it's crazy. People think it's only meat. You know, you get protein from so many different places. Um, and a question that we also get is in the beginning, oh, did you get a lot of energy? In general, I always had a lot of energy. So I never really paid that much attention to it, where it's like, oh man, I have so much energy. I didn't really notice that because in general, I have a lot of energies. I'm also a morning person. So I wake up in the morning, I'm in a good mood. I'm like, I'm like good to go. So I didn't have any of those. What I did gain from it was I feel like I gained a lot of mental clarity. And this is something I've said a few times. I even posted a picture on my Instagram a few days ago. I said that, what would you do if I told you I've read more books in the past 6 months than I did in my entire life? And that's true. I don't really know if I want to attribute that to veganism, but what I can tell you is that, prior to going vegan, it's just, things are just different, and I can say that it gave me a lot of mental clarity. Like, reading now it's not an issue for me. Before you couldn't get me to read. Now you can't even catch me like without a book. Like, I'm always reading something. Right. So those are my reasons. Is this video to get you to be vegan or try veganism? Absolutely not. What you eat does not affect my digestive system. Let's get that clear. Nor is it to belittle. Nor is it to belittle, insult, or be condescending towards anyone. Absolutely not. But what I can tell you for sure is that we all have people in our lives, or people that we know that are older, and they're like in and out the hospital. And if you asked them years ago, oh, to be vegan, they would have told you, oh, I'm just here to enjoy. I'm here to live life. I'm here to enjoy. But me and you can both live to 70, and if you spend your last 10 years in and out the hospital, is that really enjoying? So, these are the things that we have to think about when people make those kind of statements, like, I'm just here to enjoy. Sure, you can enjoy now, but later on, you see if it's worth it or not. And then people try to say, eating healthy is expensive. And I'll tell you why it's expensive. Unless if you're like just really poor and like homeless, like, not to offend anyone, it's honestly just an excuse. Because the people that would tell you, everybody has something that they spend money on. That's a fact. Everybody has something that they spend money on. So the people that will tell you, you can go to McDonald's and get a burger for 99 cents. You want a salad, it's $5. Those are the people that they probably got maybe like a Mercedes. So you can spend money on a car, but you don't even value your own body because you don't even put the right things into it, right? Or those are people that will probably spend money on clothing, like the $500 shirts, $1,000 shoes, but complain about $4 difference when it comes to eating healthy. So it's like you see more value in materials, things that don't even really add to your body, things that don't add to what's going on in your head. And you want to complain about, eating healthy is expensive. And the truth is, it might be expensive, but it's cheaper than what your hospital bills are going to be. That's a fact. So if you get a head start on it now, a lot of things can really, really, truly be avoided. And another thing is, you're going to get some doctors that are going to say, oh, that's not a good way to go. I haven't heard anything about that. You have to understand that a lot of doctors, they're not trained on diet. They're not, they're trained to prescribe and do a lot of things. Don't get me wrong, they're good people, but they're not trained on that, right? The doctor that I follow, his name is Dr. Sebi, S-E-B-I. Some know who he is, some don't. This is somebody that has cured HIV, cancer, diabetes, and a whole bunch of diseases strictly with a vegan diet. and herbs, which is from plants, right? So, you know, your doctor honestly cannot even speak when it comes to something like that, because your doctor can't even cure your headache without telling you to go take some pills. He can't even tell you why you're getting those headaches. He can only tell you, go take this pill, come back next week, and we'll see how you feel. In return, turning you into like a scapegoat, because now they're testing those pills on you, right? Hey, take this one, see if it works. Okay, take that one, see if it works. This one don't work, take this one. Take this one to counter this one, right? So, you know, those are the things you got to think about. But that's pretty much everything that I have for today. I'll be making another video on why veganism is boring, so you can look out to that one. And you can follow me on Instagram. It's LLCool, JUWON. Same thing as my YouTube channel. And I hope you have a good day.